Okay, gotta say, you weren't kidding about a deep dive with this one. I finally dug into Hormozi's $100 offers, and man, it's a lot. I get why you wanted to unpack it, though. This guy gets real about offers, doesn't mess around.
What grabbed me is he doesn't just talk theory, right? It's
Mhm.
all real-world examples, tons from his own businesses. Psychology, how markets work, but always that value focus.
Hmm.
Entertaining, but you learn stuff.
And he starts strong. Christmas Eve, 2016, his business is gone. He's crashing with the in-laws, bankruptcy looming. Talk about holiday stress. That bank account screenshot, barely over $1,000. Rough. Seeing that, knowing what we know now about building businesses, did that hit home for you?
Totally. That whole story just shows success ain't a straight line. But he goes from that to millions in a year because he cracked the code on irresistible offers. It's wild.
Yeah, he keeps mentioning that Grand Slam offer thing like it was his saving grace. But before we get there, something that threw me was his pricing stuff. Sounds backwards at first, like he talks about niche slapping. What even is that?
Classic Hormozi.
Huh?
Yeah. It means forget trying to be everything to everyone. Pick one market, your niche, become the absolute best at solving their problems. Own that niche, you can charge more, and then you get this whole virtuous cycle going with price.
Virtuous cycle. Now that sounds interesting, but doesn't higher price scare people off? How's that work?
That's what most people think, and he tackles it head on.
Yeah.
He's got this example in the book about struggling to sell gym memberships for like $100 a month. Then he tries this premium thing, $500, but with way more perks, personal coaching. Guess what happens?
People actually went for the pricier one.
They did.
Yeah.
Because now it wasn't just the gym. It was this whole transformation, right? That's the cycle part. Charge more, you get clients who are invested, they get better results, tell everyone, and suddenly you can charge even more down the line. It's kind of like they're not just buying a thing, they're buying into a belief. They're like, this person, they get it, they can get me where I want to be, and the price is almost secondary.
It's like a mental shift, yeah. Not how cheap can I be, but what's the real value here? Which I guess leads into that whole value equation thing he's always talking about.
Exactly. That equation is like the secret sauce for figuring out how much something's actually worth to the person buying it.
I gotta admit, when I first saw it in the book, all those variables, a little intimidating. But once it clicks, it's so simple. It's all about those four things, right? Dream outcome, then if you're even likely to achieve it, how long it takes, and then the effort involved. Makes sense when you put it that way.
It's so elegant, right? And it works for anything. It doesn't matter if you're selling coaching, a physical product, whatever. Like, think about it. We've all got that dream outcome in mind when we're considering buying something.
I hope for sure. Could be losing weight, finally finishing that side project, whatever your goal is, right?
Exactly. But how likely is it we'll actually achieve it? That's huge EE. That's where stuff like testimonials, case studies, even just your reputation, that's what makes it believable.
It's that proof, right? Like, hey, this worked for them. They're just like me. Maybe it'll work for me too.
Bingo. Then you've got time delay. That one's kind of obvious. The faster we see results, the more valuable something is. I mean, would you rather wait months to hit your goal or have something that works in a couple weeks?
Time is money, right? We're all impatient these days. Faster is always better.
For sure.
Hmm.
And then last but not least, effort and sacrifice. Every goal worth having takes some work, but the key is making it as easy as possible for your customer.
It's like that saying, work smarter, not harder. People give up if it feels impossible.
Exactly. So when you nail all four of those, the dream, how likely it is, how fast it happens, and how much effort, that's how you create something crazy valuable.
Okay, that's how we analyze it, but how do we actually build an offer like that? This is where that trim and stack thing comes in, right? Sounds kind of brutal, honestly.
It's about being ruthless, yeah? But ruthless with the right things. First, you got to brainstorm everything, every little feature, solution, whatever you could offer. Then you put your critical thinking hat on.
And start chopping things away. What are we getting rid of?
Anything that's not directly getting that customer to their goal, or stuff that costs you a ton but doesn't really add much value for them, efficiency is key.
So we've trimmed the fat. Now we get to the fun part, stacking. Like a delicious burger, but for our business.
Love that analogy. You start with your core offer, the burger patty, then you pile on the good stuff, those high-value bonuses, the things that make it irresistible.
This reminds me of that story he tells about overcoming the eating out objection. Remember that one? Totally a trim and stack moment.
Oh, yeah. At first he's stripped, no eating out for his fitness clients, got to cook at home.
Yeah.
Made sense to him, but
But in the real world, not so much.
exactly. People are busy, they like going to restaurants. It was a huge roadblock for signing up.
So what'd he do?
He realized Being inflexible actually hurt him more in the long run. He tells this story, this executive lady. She's like, look, I eat out every day for lunch. It'll never work. And instead of just saying next, he's like, hold on.
Light bulb moment.
Total trim and stack thinking. He's like, okay, I'll make you a whole guide, how to eat healthy at any restaurant. Bam. She signs up on the spot.
Smart. He solves one problem, but then he's got this resource he can use for every client who's worried about eating out.
That's the beauty, right? Constantly iterating, improving, making it a no-brainer to say yes.
Huge lesson there. Gotta challenge your own assumptions sometimes and those objections. Often they're opportunities in disguise.
100%. And once you've got that lean, mean, value-stacked offer, time to sprinkle in some psychology, make it truly irresistible.
Ooh, now we're getting into the mind games.
Not games, exactly. More like understanding what makes people tick. Scarcity, urgency, how even the name of your offer plays a role.
Okay, let's break it down. Scarcity first. Everyone uses this, right? Limited time only, that kind of thing. Why does it work so well?
Because deep down, we all want what we can't have, or what might disappear. It's hardwired into us.
Like those sneaker releases where there's only like 200 pairs in the world. Everyone loses their minds.
Exactly. And you can use that in any business. Limit the quantity, like only 10 spots in your program, or a special edition of your product.
Creates that fear of missing out, the FOMO.
Exactly. Or you can limit the time available, like a discount that expires soon, or a bonus that's only around for a little while.
Like those countdown timers on websites always get me.
They work, because you feel that pressure. Gotta act now, W. But it's gotta be genuine, yeah. No one likes to feel tricked.
Authenticity is key, for sure. So scarcity is quantity, and urgency is time-based.
Get it. Urgency is all about creating that now or never feeling.
So deadlines are a friend here.
Deadlines, limit time bonuses, even just the language you use. Like instead of saying, get it any time, it's this offer expires at midnight.
It's like those old infomercials, call in the next 10 minutes. Corny, but they knew what they were doing.
Totally. Creates that excitement. You got to act now. Okay, so we've got people sweating a little, but we got to sweeten the deal too, right? That's where bonuses come in.
Bonuses. Gotta love them. Make it feel like you're getting away with something.
Exactly. It's adding even more value, so it's harder to say no.
Like buy one, get one free. Or those bonus features you get with a new phone.
Exactly. And the key is they got to be relevant. Don't just throw random stuff in there. What would your ideal customer actually value?
So like what are some good examples of bonuses?
Depends on the business, right? But it could be templates, checklists, saving people time, or access to a private community so they don't feel alone, even extra training videos, anything that adds value.
Makes sense. And how you present them matters too, right? Don't want to just dump it all at once.
Exactly. Tease it out, build that anticipation, like unwrapping a present. And use bonuses to overcome objections, someone balking at the price. Throw in a bonus that makes it a no-brainer.
Smart. Okay, so we've got scarcity, urgency, bonuses, anything else. We got to be missing something.
But of course, the guarantee. It might seem obvious, but it's crucial for building trust.
Right. Removes that risk, makes people feel safer saying yes.
Exactly. It shows you believe in your offer so much, you're willing to back it up.
What kind of guarantees work best?
Money back is the classic, right? Full refund, no questions asked. If they're not happy, takes the pressure off.
For sure, but you can get even more specific, can't you?
You can do a results-based guarantee, like hit this goal in this time frame or your money back.
Yeah.
Even more powerful because it's tied to a specific outcome.
Nice. Okay, so we covered scarcity, urgency, bonuses, guarantees. We have to be done now, right?
One last thing. Might seem small, but it's huge EE. The name of your offer.
The name, really? Thought that was just like a label.
Nope. It's the first impression, sets the tone. A good name can hook people, a bad one, they're gone.
Okay, so how do you pick a good name?
Hormozi has this formula. Time frame, specific result, and then some kind of unique mechanism. So not just weight loss program, but the 21-day rapid fat loss formula.
Oh, I see. Suddenly it's not vague anymore. It's specific. It's intriguing. I'm way more likely to click on that.
Right. And by adding that mechanism, the rapid fat loss formula, now it's not just any weight loss, it's yours. It's special.
It's like, oh, there's a formula now. I'm in.
You get it. It's all psychology, man.
So we've got all these tactics, scarcity, urgency, the bonuses, the name. How do they all work together?
They work in harmony, right? It's like you're creating this perfect storm of persuasion, but ethically, yeah, not tricking people, but presenting your offer in a way that truly connects with what they want.
It's a win-win. They get an amazing offer, you get the sale, everyone's happy. Man, we've covered so much ground here. Pricing, The value equation, that trim and stack thing, all these psychological tactics. Brain's kind of fried.
It's a lot, but it's exciting, right? This isn't just theory. This is stuff you can use today.
And our listener, they can start applying this right away, which is the goal.
100%. Don't overthink it. Start by analyzing your current offer. Use that value equation as a guide. Then, brainstorm solutions to those customer problems, trim and stack until it's killer. And then experiment with these tactics, see what works best.
It's about finding your own groove, refining it over time.
Exactly. And remember, building a great offer is crucial, but it's only part of the equation.
Right. You got to get it in front of people, which I'm guessing is where lead generation comes in. Another deep dive for another day?
For sure. But for now, I think we've given our listener a solid foundation.
Yeah, this is a great starting point. So we've covered a ton of ground here, from pricing psychology to those sneaky little tactics to make an offer irresistible. Out of all this, though, what really stood out to you from Hormozi's $100 in offers? Like, what's the one thing you hope our listener walks away with?
It's how he connects real value with charging what you're worth. He just dismantles that fear of got to be cheap to get customers. It's more like solve a real problem, make the value undeniable, and the price is almost irrelevant.
Total paradigm shift. Not about being the cheapest, but being the best. Right?
Exactly. And that confidence, it's contagious. When you believe in your offer, that you're changing lives, changing businesses, it shows.
It's like people can sniff out if you're just after a quick buck versus truly wanting to help,
100%. And it ties into something else he said that really stuck with me. Entrepreneurs have a responsibility to charge what they're worth.
Ooh, that's a bold D statement. What do you make of that?
When we undervalue ourselves, we're not just hurting our bottom line, we're hurting the whole market. Think about it. If everyone in your industry charges too little, it's like saying, this work isn't worth much.
Race to the bottom hurts everyone in the long run.
Exactly. But charge what you're worth, you elevate the entire industry. It says, this is valuable, this makes a difference.
It's empowering, right? Not about being greedy, but owning the impact you have.
100%. And that shift, it changes everything, not just your business, but how you see yourself.
It's like stepping into your power, saying, my work matters, I deserve to be compensated for it.
Exactly. Which brings us to a final thought for our listener to ponder. If your offer truly reflected your self-worth, how would it look different? What would you need to believe about yourself, about your work, to create that?
Wow. Now that's a question to sit with. It's not just the tactics, it's the beliefs underneath it all.
Sometimes the best offers, the ones that really make a splash, they force us to grow too,
Man, this has been quite the deep dive. Pricing, psychology, even a little bit of self-discovery in there.
It's been a pleasure unpacking all this with you.
And to our listener, go back through your notes, put these ideas to work, and let us know what you create. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing those boundaries.